Here's something that is not a mystery. Rice is the perfect meal stretcher, dollar stretcher, and universal meal ingredient. It's amazing how a dish can be simply based on rice, or how it can take a soup or chili or some other dish and stretch it out to feed a crowd. There are tons of ways to prepare. If you're new here, my name is Hope and I'm welcoming you to the Savvy Saver Kitchen, where we are all about cooking real food, stretching out our dollars, and making it go as far as possible. One of the ways I'm doing that with today's dinner, which is chili, is serving it over a bed of rice. Normally, I would cook this in my rice cooker, but I haven't always had a rice cooker, and maybe you don't have one either. So I'm going old school. We are going to prepare it in a pot on the stovetop, and it is super simple. You do not need to buy instant rice, and at the end of this video, we're going to do a little comparison, and you're going to be able to see how you are really saving money if you are buying whole grain rice and cooking it yourself at home. Let's get started. So today I am cooking 2 cups of rice. So I'm going to start with a medium-sized pot, and I'm putting it over a medium to medium-high heat. And I'm going to add to this 2 cups of rinsed rice. Whether or not you rinse the rice is totally up to you. It's just a really good idea. I'm going to add to that about a half a teaspoon of salt and about a tablespoon of avocado oil. You can use any other fat as well. You could use butter or another type of oil, maybe olive oil if you would like. Then I'm going to do that 2-to-1 ratio here. I have 2 cups of rice and I've just added 4 cups of water. I'm going to give that a nice stir and make sure that salt is spread out throughout the rice. And I'm going to leave this on that medium to medium-high heat. And I want it to simmer so that it comes up to not quite a boil. You don't want like a rolling boil for your rice. You just want it to have heat bubbles sort of rising to the surface. So now we want to give it another quick stir, and then we're going to cover this and set a timer for 20 minutes. Then leave it completely covered and don't check it. Also, you're going to want to lower that heat to medium-low. Then, once your timer's gone off, you can let the rice sit for a few minutes. Then you want to uncover it, fluff it, and you can serve it up. See how simple that was? Roughly, just remember that for every cup of rice, you want to have double the amount of water. Now, of course, that is unless you want fluffier rice, you can reduce the amount of water just a little. And if you like stickier rice, go ahead and keep that 2-to-1 ratio. Now, let's look at the numbers. I did a little investigating on instant rice, checking at our local Walmart. And I was really surprised to find that minute rice was actually less expensive than the store brand. So I'm going to compare minute rice, which in our store, local prices in September of 2025 was $2.62 for a box, which is 8 servings of rice. So if you do a little math there, that comes to 33 cents per serving. Not terribly expensive until we look at what regular whole grain rice cost. So a bag of whole grain rice, which makes 20 servings, cost $1.77 for the bag. This means that once you've cooked that, those 20 servings end up costing 9 cents a piece. Now, there are definitely going to be times when maybe the instant rice is going to be a time saver. I was pleased to see that the ingredients in the box of the instant rice is basically just rice. Now that is super processed, so it's been cooked and it's been dehydrated, so I don't know all the ins and outs of that, but I do know that it is 3.5 times more expensive to have that convenience. So maybe it still might be beneficial for you to have maybe a box of that in the back of the cupboard for emergency days. But if you have 20 minutes, obviously you can see you can make the rice just as easily, and it's going to stretch further. Another thing that I like to do when I am making a batch of rice is prepare for more than just the one meal that I'm eating right then. We typically will cook about 3 cups of rice at any one time. We'll serve up what we need for that meal and then keep the rest of it in the refrigerator in a mason jar. It is important when you put it in the refrigerator to keep it in something that's going to be sealed up so that it doesn't dry out, but it will last in your refrigerator for about 4 days. That will save you a lot of time if you're doing a little meal prep on the weekend to be able to have some rice set aside for later in the week when you come home from work or you come in from an activity and you need to get something on the table really quick. Now, obviously, there are also tons of different things that you can do with rice, and it is so versatile. You can take it in the direction of an Asian meal, of a Hispanic meal, Mediterranean. There are so many different flavor profiles that you can use this with, and so many different ways to customize what you're making. That might be a good video later to just show maybe how Middle Eastern rice is made different from Hispanic rice, or compare a few others. If you have another favorite way to prepare rice, share with us in the comments below. We can all benefit from new ideas and a little bit of inspiration. I hope that's helped you out to see that there are ways that you can stretch your budget that can start with something just as simple as a bowl of rice. I hope that blesses you guys, and we will see you on the next video.